This is your teacher Haris Bhatt, and you are seeing my YouTube channel. So we are solving AS level accounting marginal costing. And marginal costing, we are solving the question of May, June 22, 23. And first part, we are done with that. And the second part, we are going to solve now, May, June 22, 23, in additional information. At the other factory, monthly production and sales are normally 14,000 units of a different product. This product has a variable cost of 65 per unit and a contribution of 17. So you can find the selling price by adding 65 plus 17. You can find the selling price, which is 82. The budgeted factory fixed costs are 128,000 per month. A major customer normally purchases 5,500 units per month. However, the company has been informed that no units will be required by this customer in August 2022. So we were producing 14,000 units, but now a major customer, who normally purchases from us 5,500 units out of this 14,000, he is not going to purchase anything from us. The directors are considering two options. Option A, reduce production in August by 4,000 units. Reduce the production by 4,000 units, it will become 10,000. Run an advertising campaign at a cost of 2,200 to increase demand so that all production is sold. Because even if you are reducing the production by 4,000 units, still 1,500 units we have to sell more. Because of that customer who is leaving us and informed us that he is not going to purchase from us, the production will reduce by 5,500 units. But we are reducing the production by 4,000 units. That's why we have to run a campaign of 2,200 to increase demand. So let's calculate the profit for August for option A. So let's calculate. This is the first part actually. You can take the picture if you want to. This is the first part picture of the same question, May, June 22, 23. You can take the pic. I've already uploaded the lecture for that. Okay. So now we are going to sell 10,000 units, multiply by 82, which is the selling price. So the sales is going to be how much? 82,000. We can do that directly also, but I'm not doing that directly also. Less variable cost. This is sales. Less variable cost we will do. Okay. And variable cost is going to be how much? Let's see that. How much is going to be the variable cost?
Totally given.
GG, total is given. Yes, you can do that also. But I'm just wanted to show all the things. So variable cost is 65. So 10,000 into 65 is going to be 65,000. Then we'll get the contribution. That is also given actually. That is 10,000 into 17. So that is going to be 17,000. We can start the question from 17,000 also if you want to. There is no compulsion. Less fixed cost. And let's see what is the fixed cost. Fixed cost is given, that is 128,000. But now the fixed cost is going to be increased by 2,200. So that is 130,200 will be the fixed cost. So I will write here.
Okay.
I think I've done something wrong.
Sir, सारे 8080 और आएगा सब में.
Yes. Okay. There will be 80 और आना है जी. I will write here also. And I will write here also. Okay. So let's fix cost, which is 130,200. So what is the profit now? For option A.
39,800.
39,800 is the profit from option A. Now let's discuss about option 2.
इसमें एडवर्टाइजमेंट ऐड कर दी है.
जी कर दी है. जी आपने माइनस की है. 130,200 है ना, इसलिए that's fine. Now option B, continue with the normal production in August. Store 5,500 units in a warehouse at a cost of 6,000. At the end of August, an overseas customer will purchase all the units in the warehouse at a special price of 70 per unit. Transport cost of 1.8 per unit will be incurred on these units. So now you have to find basically the contribution, the profit for option B. So he's saying that, okay, we are continuing to produce the same units. So first of all, 14,000 minus 5,500. What is the, how many units are going to be now? This is going to be 8,500, right?
Yes, sir.
So the sales is going to be 8,500 multiplied by 82, and other units 5,500 will be sold multiplied by 70. So that is going to be the sales, because sales are basically distributed in two parts now. How come, sir? Let's discuss that again. Out of 14,000 units, he is saying that we will continue to produce 14,000 units, which is a normal production. And the extra 5,500 units we will store at a cost of 6,000, which will increase our fixed cost by 6,000. And we will sell those units at the end of August at a price of 70. But there is increase in transport cost of 1.8 per unit. So let's do that. So what is the sales now? 8,500 into 82 and 5,500 into 70. You have to go for the total.
Sir, एक minute.
No problem.
Sir, LS 697
No,
triple
you have to give me the total actually. 8,500 into 82 plus, you will do that total. 8,500 into 82 and 5,500 into 70, and then you add them up and tell me the total. Okay, let me do that.
1082,000.
One is 697,000, and the other one is, you can tell me now, 5,500 into
385,000.
G, 385. What is the total now?
एक minute, sir.
Okay.
1082,000.
Okay. This is 1082,000. So less variable cost. Remember this, that variable cost will not change. It is the same actually for all the units. So we can do that directly, like 14,000 multiplied by variable cost is 65. What is the amount of variable cost?
910,000.
910,000. Then there is another variable cost of only on those units, which is going to be the transport cost. But this will be incurred only for those units which are stored actually at 1.8 per unit. How come, sir? Let me show you. A major customer, overseas customer, will purchase those units at a price of 70, but transport cost of 1.8 will be incurred on these units. So 5,500 into 1.8, this extra cost will be incurred only on those units which are stored, क्योंकि वो हम बेच रहे हैं किसको, ओवरसीज सप्लायर को. जी क्या आ जाएगा?
9,900.
9,900. Now I can subtract from sales the variable cost and the transport cost to get the contribution from option 2.
162100.
162100. And then our fixed cost is 128,000 plus 6,000, which is basically the storage cost we have to pay extra in order to store the units, and then we overseas supplier will purchase that at the end of August. So 134,000 is the fixed cost. So what is the profit now?
28,100.
28,100. So we can easily analyze that profit from option A is much higher than option B by almost 10,000. But we'll still we'll go for option A, but we have to keep in mind that in option B, we are able to produce our all units. We are able to produce our normal production. So labor will not be redundant. Otherwise, when we decrease our production, the labor will be demotivated. Even those employees which are still hired, they will still be demotivated, right? Then we have to pay transport costs also in option B. which is an extra cost of 1.8, then the extra units are going to sell at a lower price to the overseas supplier at 70. So maybe the other customers who are purchasing 8,500 units, they will not feel satisfied. Our relationship with the customer will hamper, right? Because we are not able to supply them. We are selling them at a higher price. Then in option A, maybe the supplier will increase the price of the material because we are purchasing now 10,000 units only at 82. So the direct material price might increase in future because previously we were purchasing 14,000. So maybe he will not be ready to give us the same discount in future. So in that case, also option A is not the better choice. But I will go with currently I will go with option A because it is there is a credible increase in the profit in option A, right? With a very low amount of profit. The profit, fixed cost will increase a little bit, and there is only one customer we are losing because he is only one customer. So we can, by advertisement, we can increase our sales by selling the same product to other customers. Why we are basically relying on one customer, which is not ready to purchase from us, and we have to sell the units to overseas supplier. Maybe from overseas supplier we can find some more customers also. That is also an opportunity. So you can talk about both options and then you can go for any option. इसमें चार चीजें बेटा मैटर करती हैं. एक एम्प्लॉइज पे क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा है, कस्टमर पे क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा है, सप्लायर पे क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा है, ठीक है, और फिर मतलब प्रॉफिट पे क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा है और कंपेटिटर्स पे क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा है. ये भी आपको देखना वो पड़ेगा. ऑप्शन ए में हो सकता है कि आपका जो मेजर कस्टमर है वो किसी कंपेटिटर की तरफ चला जाए, लेकिन वो एक ही जाएगा ना, बिकॉज ही इज द ओनली कस्टमर. One customer was purchasing from 5,500 units from us, right? So advise the director which option they should choose. Justify your answer by discussing both financial and non-financial factors. So I've done with that. I hope so that you got the answer for this particular question, right? Any question? Thank you.